What's going on, y'all? The dynamic duel is back. Y'all already know. What's up, Hendo?
Chilling, what's going on with you?
Man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I got all this music, yo, on ice, man. I ain't even talk to Dame about it, man. But check this out, yo. Messed up. Anyway, let's talk about today's show. Did the wrong clip. I want to talk about my man Mos Def, man. Black History Month, right? We already talked about Pharoah Monch. Not too long ago, we talked about Ghostface. Next week, we talking about the Jizza. So, hey, now I want to talk about Mos Def. Yeah, he can rhyme. You know, he got bars. He got a bunch of songs. But I want to talk about him as a person. You know, he went from Mos Def to Yasiin Bey. We want to talk about it, man. You want to talk about it? We're going to talk about it. What's your thoughts on Mos Def, bro?
I think he's an underrated rapper, underrated lyricist. It's like we know who he is because we came up with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I will say from this generation, know him as the actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't think that he got enough credit for everything that he did lyrically. You know what I mean? Because he was on some other stuff. Like he didn't come with a lot of commercial tracks, but he's fluid. He reminds me of another Black Thought. Dope, but people just don't know about him. And you know, and I will say this, and I see the comments in the comments. I will say this. I rock with Mos Def.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rock with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
But what he said was wrong. When he said Drake's music isn't hip hop, it is. It is.
You want to expound on that? Because you threw me for a loop with that. I was not ready for that, bro. I'm going to tell you how unready I was. I didn't even get the sound effects. You threw me for a loop with that. Please.
Why would I throw you for a loop? Listen, I don't care how much I like or dislike somebody. You know I'm always keep it funky. Yeah. I'm always keep it a buck. You know what I mean? And we've talked about this so many times before. Mm-hmm. Hip hop is an expression of individuality.
Right.
And individually, if your rap style is like this, it is encompassed in hip hop. Just because I may not agree with it or I may not like it, I can't say that it's not hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And even though Mos Def is an old head and he's been in this game, he can't say what he's doing isn't hip hop. Now, does some of that stuff go off the reservation? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Is some of that stuff more soulful and R&B-ish, kind of, so to speak? It is, but R&B and hip-hop, R&B and rap are intertwined, especially in this day and age. So for him to actually come out and say that, I wasn't in agreement with it. Now, if you were saying, like, yo, he ain't that hot, like, it ain't nobody out here to challenge him, this is why people listen to him so much, I got you. I'm backing you 100%. Like, I approve this message. But to say that Drake ain't hip hop, that he's wrong on that.
You know what's spooky about all of this?
What's that?
Before he made that statement, I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Who is Mos Def?" I'm gonna tell you who Mos Def is. Mos Def, aka Yasiin Bey, born native. Dante Smith, age 14, he appeared in this TV show called God Bless the Child. Who knew that he had acting chops so young in the game? Like a legendary, iconic Tupac, he also went to school for the arts and he took up acting and he was pretty darn good at it, man. You know, it's another show that he was in that a lot of people might not know about it, man. Check this out. Now, bro, I ain't gonna hold you. We grew up on Fat Albert, right? I'm gonna go back one. I Spy. Remember he was on I Spy? I want to say that was Cosby's start in the television realm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know him from Let's Do It Again and all those movies he did with Portier. I'm really telling my age tonight. But I did not remember Cosby doing the show about mysteries. Did you remember that?
What was it, like the Cosby Mysteries or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know when it came on or.
I mean, I only remember it because you brought it up, but
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing that I listen. As much as, and this is before all of the rhetoric of what happened now. Even back when Bill Cosby was at his height, I wasn't following Bill Cosby like that.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby Mysteries, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I was his biggest fan, of course, with the Portier stuff. Because you know, when you're a kid, you got your folks watching that. You want to watch what they watch, so you can't wait till you get old enough or sneak and watch it, right?
I wasn't born at that time, so I don't know.
I fell into that. Touche.
I really wasn't.
Yeah. Here you go. No, you a 70s baby. Don't get it twisted. You are a 70s baby.
You're a 60s baby. You're a 60s baby. I don't understand what you're saying. You're a 60s kid.
Here we go. But yeah, man, I tripped off of that, man. I was watching what was it, BET or TV1 the other night, and they was talking about sitcoms or whatever.
People still watch that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there ain't really nothing on TV nowadays. So I was watching it, and it's Black History Month. So right. they was talking about, you know, all of the black shows, and I thought that was dope in itself. Right. But anyway, they was talking about Cosby, and you know, him in Different World with Debbie Allen. You know, she executive produced that for the people that didn't know. But I didn't realize that because of Cosby and because of A Different World, according to them, a lot of people say, hey, I want to go to college. You know what I mean? Hey, I want to be like those guys on A Different World. You know, I think it's cool to go to college because of that. My thought process of the show was the Spike Lee joint. You get what I'm saying? I think that's School Days. I think that's how that idea sparked. Because to me, Spike Lee was for the streets. You get what I'm saying? Versus A Different World. You know what I mean?
I got you, bro.
Got you.
Hey. I don't agree with you, but I got you.
Got you. We'll talk about it. Let's go.
Listen. See, you taking stuff all the way back. But if you think about it, now you got me having to recollect things. But if you think about it, yes, because listen, Spike Lee was very influential in hip hop and black culture growing up. Very, very influential. But if you actually think about the levity of it all and the gravity of the situation, you look at the Cosby Show, and Bill Cosby was the first African American, it was just the first person in general to try to put a positive spin on the black family and the black narrative on TV. So when you look at A Different World, even though I only think I watched like the first season or so, when you look at A Different World, it may have given you highs and lows in different scenarios, but it gave you a positive spin on young black people going out and getting an education, going to college and finding an idea in the ideals of who they are and furthering on with their life and marriage and all these other things. But if you look at School Days pitted light-skinned blacks and dark-skinned blacks against each other. So it was a struggle. It wasn't about the joys of college, the benefits of education, or even the what you can gain out of being in a fraternity or sorority. You know, after you get out, the connections that you make, the bridges that you build, it had nothing to do with that. It was more about light skin versus dark skin blacks. If you think about what School Days is about. So to me, I can't say that School Days made people want to go to college, because back then with the limited access to things that you had, if I'm looking at this, I'm like, yo, I'm dark skinned. Are they going to make fun of me when I get to college? I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was just.
Touche. Touche. And I can't come back from that. I ain't gonna hold you, man. All right. We all know that Mos Def was a rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't know we got those acting chops. We touched on it, right? But also, his very beginnings was with the group Black Star. I'm gonna just show you who Black Star is, and then we'll talk about it. Mos Def was in a group called Black Star with Talib Kweli and Raucous Records. We talked about Raucous Records, man, last week. I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Raucous Records to me, like I said last week, man, it was the Def Jam for backpack rap. Even though I think they hate that name, backpack rap. So I'm gonna say conscious rap. I love them as a group, but I ain't gonna hold you. I love Mos Def, man. It's something about Mos Def, man. He's one of those eclectic guys, man. To me, Mos Def is equivalent to 3000 and Outkast. You get what I'm saying? We loved them together, but it was something about Andre 3000 that just
stood out.
Yeah, just stood out. Or Goody Mob. And you had CeeLo Green and who my other guy that I like.
Gip. Yeah, Big Gip.
Exactly.
But I mean, more importantly and closer to that, you had Tribe Called Quest. Right. Now you love Phife Dawg, but
Q-Tip, man.
Just stood out.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's just they have a beautiful mind, man. I don't know what it is. They think outside the box with their delivery, their style, even the way they dress, their appearance. You know what I mean? It just demanded attention. Jay, shout out to Jay, man. Yeah, I don't know where he going with the flute. He going on tour, Jay. Get those tickets. Hendo and I are going.
Well, I'm not going. But this is my thing, though. If this man sells out arenas, playing the flute, I'm done. I'm done. Because to me, he's doing this as a farce. Like, he's just doing it to do it, just to see what'll happen. And I do believe if he actually sells out arenas, my thing is, how can you sell a tour? Not just, hey, one night in Baltimore, one night only, Andre 3000, fluting it up. But you going across country, night in and night out, doing multiple shows, just playing the flute. and not to knock him, but it's not like this is where you came up. This is not where you got your start or where you gained your stardom from. So it's not like we've been following him for the last 20 years and he's been playing the flute and we're like, this dude is phenomenal. He's a phenomenal flautist. You know what I'm saying? It's just this dude decided one day to pick up a flute and that he going on tour and that these idiots are buying tickets.
Right. Yeah.
You want to give money away? Give money away to the Electric Relaxation Show.
How about that? I'm gonna say this, and y'all know I want zero smoke. But you have loyalists, you have cult followings, right? And I believe 3 Stacks have a following. I'm gonna use an example. Look at Beyonce. She's about to do a country album.
Okay.
No smoke with the Beehive. I'm just using this as an example.
All the smoke from the Beehive. Psych.
Yes, major psych. We don't want that smoke. But she's doing a country album. And I believe she has a strong enough fan base that'll say, it's big. Let's check it out. And 3 Stacks might have that. I question how much of a fan we are to 3 Stacks.
It's not the same, Dre. It's not the same. You're telling me. So listen. So Beyonce is tapping into a different genre, but she's still singing.
Facts.
If Beyonce decides to go on tour, guess what? She's got other hits that she's going to bring about, along with her new music.
Yeah.
Your boys just get up there with a flute. It's a totally different concept. Like you can't even as a loyalist, even if my man Biggie was here today, as much as I love Big, if Big and M was going on concert, right now, and they were coming. First stop was Baltimore. But you telling me they coming out to do drum solos? As much as I love both of them, and the tickets could be $5.
Yeah,
I ain't going to go see them.
Yeah.
Do some drumming.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna hold you. I tried my very best. I was actually excited because you know how sometimes artists will say, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this," and then they surprise you with the project. I was skimming through hoping he gave us at least a 16, a hook, a chant, something. But that was not the case, bro. That was not the case. Shout out to Bazel. What's going on, my God?
He asked where your tip jar at.
Man, just you being here. It's all good, man. I appreciate the love, man. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. That's tip enough for me. You know what I mean? Support the music. SoundCloud, Baltimore to ATL, all platforms. Don't matter what you have. You know what I mean? From Tidal to Apple to Spotify. I'm on it. Heck, hey, at this point, just Google. Google me. I got a whole page of stuff. Check your bro out. So Bazo, that's how you can support your bro. Tell your friends, tell your co-workers when you at the cooler. You know, like, hey, check out my man Galloway. So, you know, we know Mos Def was a solo artist. He got a lot of songs that we absolutely love. You got one in particular that you really, really love, bro?
Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. Oh, man.
And I just heard it today.
Man.
And Miss Fat Booty. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. My favorite is Uma. Now, for a long time, right, I used to wake up to Uma. Now, we had this conversation back. We're hanging with Hendo. Y'all don't know what we talking about? Check out my bro show, man. Check it out. Dope content, man. All of us were on there.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
It's coming back real soon.
But man, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go. Go.
Hey, and I'm gonna be there. Be there, be square, right?
That's right.
But you know, I talked about on one of the particular episodes where, man, when I get up in the morning, especially on a work day, I gotta meditate. I don't want no music or anything. But before then, I used to wake up to right? But when I would drive around and play it, guess what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Work. So I said, I need to switch that. You know what I mean? Because you want to get up to something soothing in the morning to get you going. I'm like, no. So that's not what I wake up to anymore. I wake up to a regular sound, you know, one of them default sounds on the phone, because I don't want it to distort or you know, disturb. But you get what I'm saying?
Listen.
Like, oh, man.
Listen. It's kind of like, it's kind of like, I guess it's experimentation a little bit. Like when it comes to the dogs, like back in the day, quick story, back in the day. So back in the day, I used to work for BG&E. I used to be a meter reader in Baltimore City. But all throughout Baltimore, I used to be a meter reader. So, you know, pretty much you in the city or whatever, you walking up down the street, there's man, do your thing. Then they was like, all right, we're going to promote you. We're going to start sending you to the surrounding counties. I'm like, cool, bet. And now remember, this is in like 98, 97, 98, 99, around that era. And I'm out here, big ass houses, walking down streets, just walking down, reading meters. I'm going in yards. Yo, I lie to you not. I walked in this one yard, and this humongous dog just started coming at me. I was a track star, so you know it ain't really mad. Yeah. But I stopped hearing the bark, and then I turned around, and the dog just hit a spot and was like this, looking at me. And I'm like, and I'm confused because I'm like, yo, this dog was out to get me, and he stopped. But it was like, oh, long story short, it was electric. It was the invisible fence. So they're trained to stop at a certain point, so they're gonna get zapped. So what happened with me is same thing. I have before my phone broke and I got a new one. I had Eminem unaccommodating as my wake up ringtone. And every morning, same time, unaccommodating come on. But when I'm driving or I'm doing something and the song just starts playing, I click and be like, shit, I gotta go to work.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I'm like, it's Saturday at 9 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But man, I love that song, man. And for those that don't know, I'm a sneakerhead, man. So I thought that was dope that Jordan had used in one of his commercials. You know, super dope, man. And he sung on it. And didn't sound bad, man. So I feel like he's so diverse, man. These guys we talking about are eclectic bunch, man. They truly are, man. They go to the beat of their own drum, and I absolutely love it, man.
Right.
We gonna dive. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
We gonna dive into the movie stuff, right? I'm gonna just run down this. Check this out. Yo, the movies. One of the movies in particular, we just talked about.
Yes.
Inspiration behind this show. I know we talked about it over and over and over again, man, but I want to re-talk about the show, right? Everybody that don't know, I do music. I dabble in music. Hendo has been telling me for eons, bro, don't you come on YouTube. Don't you come on YouTube. Use the platform, you know, showcase your talent and all that stuff. I'm like, yo, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to name the show? What's the concept behind the show? This is the man behind it all here. You know, he brought up Electric Relaxation, Tribe Called Quest, one of the best groups ever in hip hop. Then he came up with that trailer, the beginning of the show, Once Upon a Time. I wish we could still use it, but you know, YouTube ain't gonna let us be great, man.
They hate being us being great.
Yeah, but I wanna ask you this, because I never asked you this, man. What inspired you to come up with that? Because that was dope, man.
Cause I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but you know me, like, and I think now I'm starting to incorporate it into my YouTube stuff. Like, we could be having conversations, and if you say anything that's closely correlated to a show or a song, I'll say something about it. Well, I'll mention it or bring it in the conversation. So just sitting back and thinking about it, you know, I was like, okay, we need a channel name and we need something with a channel. And I was like, yo, what's something that we commonly share and we commonly love? And it's like, yo, Electric Relaxation, like a Tribe Called Quest, like that. That is like, it just to me, it just spoke to me. Like, not a lot of things just come to me and be like, yo, this is it. It's just something hit me and was like, yo, Electric Relaxation. So, of course, when you talk about hip hop and we talk about hip hop, the first thing that came to mind was, you know, when did you fall in love with hip hop? So that brought me to Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just the whole concept of that movie, especially the journey that he took going from being an A&R and an executive to actually selling out with Ren and 10. Right. And he was like, yo, am I going to sell out and make all this money, or am I going to be true to myself and do it for the love? And to me, that movie just spoke volumes, and just the love that we had for hip hop and just everything that we've gone through. Because like I said, we grew up with this.
Yes.
This ain't a thing of, oh, yo, back in the day when they used to do this and this and this. No, we were there step by step growing with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? We were there at its infancy when we were infants until it became a full grown entity. And now we're full grown men. So certain things we didn't understand, or certain concepts we didn't understand when we were younger, we understand now. But just that pure love we had for it, and the pure love that was shown in that movie. And a lot of people don't understand that, especially the clip that I use, or that I used to use for it, when he called her at the end and was like, yo, when did you fall in love with hip hop? You know what I'm saying? And she answered him, and he was like, "Yo, I love you. I loved you then, and I loved you still." And metaphorically, it wasn't just speaking about her; it was speaking about their love for hip hop as well. And I just think that just correlated to what we were doing and how we felt. So, I get inspiration from everything.
Yeah, that you do, man. That you do. And I get inspired by you, man. You haven't listened to the last mixtape project. That was all inspired by Hendo, man. He narrated and everything. No, that's real talk. Man, you're such a profound human being, man. And I love picking your mind. And it's crazy because when we talk sometimes, you say some ill stuff. And I don't want to stop you in the conversation. I told you this before. I gotta start recording. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, you said that, I could use that. Man, you mentioned this is dope. But then by the time we finish the conversation, I go back to you and say, bro, what you say? You like, I forgot, bro.
Oh man, I'll be remembering what I be saying.
Yeah, but you're truly destined for greatness, man. You know what I mean?
Who?
And I'm gonna hold on to your coattail, pause along the way. Because
who destined for greatness? Me?
You're definitely destined for greatness, man. I said it first, man, and it's documented. And I'm gonna play this back when the time comes.
It's another dude, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Man, look at this.
But I did want to say I wanted to say, because I normally leave it to you. I normally leave it to you with the, man, if you ain't seen it, make sure you check it out. YouTube it, Google it. Like I normally leave it to you. But one thing I will say to everyone out there is, if you have not, please, Mos Def did a movie called Something the Lord Made. And it was the first clip that you showed. And to me, when I saw that movie, like, I already had respect for him as an actor, but when I saw that movie, it took it to another level. Just even the concept of what that movie was about. The movie was based in Baltimore. It was based on Johns Hopkins and the Blue Baby Syndrome back in the 50s and 60s. And he was actually the one that created devices and helped cure babies and stop babies from dying from that unfortunate disease. And just the way that he played that role. You know what I'm saying? I had a newfound respect for him, and it was just a great movie in itself. So make sure, Something the Lord Made. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Absolutely, man. Well said, well put. And you know what, man? Amazing movie. When you talk about rappers turn actors, or actors that are rappers, vice versa, first person come to mind is a Will Smith, a Tupac. Even rest in peace. I mean, let's keep it 100. Like,
not one of the first people I think of.
Who do you think of?
Unfortunately, LL Cool J.
LL, yeah.
I think, Latifah, Will Smith. Like, I mean, you even have other people like Tretch in certain small roles.
Right.
I don't really gravitate. I don't really think about Tupac when people start talking about acting. Like, he's had some good movies. He had some good movies, but he's not one of the first people I think about. He wasn't a great actor.
How about this though?
DMX.
Now, the difference with everybody we name outside of Mos Def, I'm not going to say it's easy to rap. I mean, easy to act, because that's a lot. You got to have something to be captivating on film, because it's not necessarily the words, it's how you present the words and how you look in that particular instance. Thanks. I love 50. He's another one. But for somebody to play, I know, I got to bring them up. We talking about actors, but for somebody to play something that the Lord made,
all right,
the way he did,
thanks.
I can't picture a seasoned actor
doing
that role. Yeah. It was an amazing role. I need to Google that, man, and see if he won anything for that.
He probably listen. This was early on, before the woke movement, and before we start getting credit for a lot of things, and just for him to come out of nowhere like that, I don't think that he did. Oh, I forgot somebody. And this brought me to something else. Your man Common.
Okay.
I got a challenge for you because I've been thinking about this a lot, and I champion you with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to do a video.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it takes a week. I don't care if it takes a month.
Mm-hmm.
This I was trying to come up with a topic for you to do something on, and I want to see you, if you could. You don't have to, but it's just my challenge to you. Make a video on the transformation from common sense to common. Because people don't know. People don't know about common sense.
They don't. And I love that. And I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna definitely do that. Brilliant. Because Common, they was calling him the Chicago Nas. Now I know you don't like Nas. What was it? Mr. Philadelphia? I mean, not Mr. Mr. Illinois?
Something like that.
Common was that guy, man. Common. Same guy that was beef with Ice Cube back when Ice Cube was running with the lynch mob.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. And I'm going to do that.
Back when your boy was the unofficial member of DOS Effects.
Yes.
That man had some sound effects on him.
Yeah. You're right, man. A lot of people, it's a lot of stuff out here. Man, I feel like the bad stuff, man, it spreads like wildfire, man. Nobody touches this stuff, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Speaking of which, I wonder, or I think, or I feel, this is the reason Mos Def turned around and said, I ain't doing none of this, man. If I do a movie, it got to make sense. Man, if I'm rapping, it's on my own terms. Matter of fact, man, check out what he said in his Hot 97 interview. This is only for entertainment purposes only. They ain't trying to let us be great.
When was the interview?
It was 2024, a couple months back. Right around the time with the Drake's fiasco.
Okay.
With Ebro. Check this out.
The game, man. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, like, what's happening out here? I don't want to go deal with that and bring that home to my family. Inherit the fucking PTSD from, running around in the rap game.
And we talk about this all the time, bro. I get it. I want it. It was so much. How about this? Sometimes I can't sleep at night, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right, let me go to sleep to this interview. And you know how sometimes you sleep, but for whatever reason, you're up enough to hear something. And I heard this part of the interview, and I rewound it back a little bit and listened to it. And he was just talking about his thoughts on hip hop, how he feels like now it's dangerous. Now, among other things, but I want to touch on that first. Now, we came up through it all, but I remember the Wu-Tang era. I remember the Suge Knight era. You know what I mean? That wasn't a walk in the park. The difference with hip hop back then versus now with social media, you gonna see these guys. You know what I mean? You go to certain places in certain cities, and it's a no-fly zone if you're a certain person. I don't know if people heard the story about Biggie, man. Once upon a time, Biggie said something about was dude from Oakland.
Too Short?
No, not Too Short. The
E40?
E40. He said something about E40, not knowing who E40 really was. And he wound up taking a trip out Oakland. E40 ran down on him. It was all love in the end, but that was the type of temperature it was out there. It wasn't like now, man. You say these things over, and I'm gonna take that back, man. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke. I think he passed away. Was it yesterday, a year ago? Maybe the day or the day before. To violence. So I'm not saying that still don't exist, but I want to believe back then, like, you had to throw them hands when you seen. You get what I'm saying? And you definitely ran into each other.
But that's the difference, though. He had to throw hands.
Yeah.
These kids today is scared to throw hands. These kids today is scared to get their ass whipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that they get, even if you get beat up, it builds character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You learn perseverance. You learn, all right, I got in the fight, I didn't win it. That's what, I'm still alive. Oh well, let me move on with my life. But nowadays, I think especially in the rap beef, I think it's so much difference. I think the difference now between then and now is it's televised. You know what I'm saying? You say the revolution will not be televised. That's a lie. Because back then, if you and I had beef and we were on separate coasts, theoretically, we ain't gonna see each other till you come over here or I go over there.
Right.
We ain't gonna meet in the middle. We ain't gonna do all this other stuff. And what? Drake gonna be in Florida this weekend? I'm there. So now, just because people like to put stuff on Instagram and World Star and all this other stuff, they go looking for these confrontations just so they can record them. So the beef now is a little more dangerous because people go looking for trouble so they can exploit it and make some money off
it. Yeah. And that was one of Mo's gripes, you know what I mean? And he also said that he feels like we always, as a culture, we had the power in our hand, and we still do. You know, back when we was breakdancing, I dropped a clip not too long ago. They saw it after us. They made a news presence on us. You get what I'm saying? Back when Run picked up that shoe, Adidas came to him. You know, we always had the power, but
still do.
We still do. According to Mos Def, he's like, man, we kind of like giving that power away. We use these platforms and all, and we share out intellectual property.
Facts.
And we don't get compensated for it.
100%.
You know, so he's saying if he do anything that was on his terms.
Facts.
You know, he also said something about the movies, which I didn't realize with movies, because I wouldn't mind being in a movie, I think. But man, after he broke it down, he was like, for even a bad movie, right? You got about 100 people there. And you're getting up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's at least 12-hour days. Outside of learning your script, you're living with these people.
Facts.
And the blessing in him, in his situation, he made enough money, I guess, in life to sustain himself. But he said something that was so deep to me, and you kind of touched on that off air. Won't share that, but I will say this. You got to watch who you have that space with and that time with. You get what I'm saying? And Mos Def said when you do these movies, you're around all of these people. You got to learn your craft. What's up, Jose? What's up, B? What's going on with y'all? You know, you got to hone your skills. Right. You got to be around all these people, and they become a part of your life. You know what I mean? For that moment. For those couple of months, those couple of weeks, or whatever. Right. So at this point in his life, he only want to do things that he feel like is worth it.
It's prosperous for him.
Exactly. Like something that the Lord made.
Listen. Listen. Jose, it's something about Jose now. Jose be reading my mind because I was just about to bring him up when you spoke about the intellectual properties and all. Jose is one of the most mindful people that I know, especially when it comes to promotion and advertisement. Like literally, I can be able to pick up my can of soda. He like, yo, don't get them free advertisement. They ain't paying you, and you like, you right. Don't mention this brand. They're not paying you for it. And like he is so cognizant of all of that stuff, and he's right. You know, we give away a lot of advertisement, especially in the rap game, especially in hip hop. The clothes that they wear, the promotions that they give, they do it for free. And when it comes to the movie scene, like, yes, you have to give up a part of your life and be ingrained with a lot of people, and you build up this family, but you can't trust everybody.
Facts.
And you can't bring everybody into that circle. So he's like, yo, now that I'm fiscally responsible and I don't have to do everything that I used to do to grind and hustle. So I don't need to bring these negative entities into my life and bring it into my space. So I'll choose to do what I want to do. And in all honesty, like some of these people making movies, even if you are an established rapper, like you get in some of these movie scenes and them directors, and producers treat you like you ain't nobody, and they talk to you any kind of way, and they just like, yo, you would be nothing without me in this movie,
Right.
And you like, what? Yeah,
Right.
you don't know who I am, and so they tend to demean people and treat them less than. So he's like, yo, why would I put myself through this? Then on top of that, I have to be away from my family for months at a time. To get treated less than a man, to make this little bit of money off this movie I know is bad, but I'm just out here chasing a paycheck. So he's just like, yo, and that's what I love about him and Andre. They're not gonna let past success dictate future endeavors.
Facts. Yeah, well said, well put, man. Y'all know what time it is. Let's go, let's do it. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately, man. One of the people I want to talk about, man, is Childish Gambino, a.k.a. Donald Glover, right? Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I don't know if you watched the one with Brad Pitt.
And of course, everybody watched it.
Yeah, off topic but on topic. Is that why they hooked up?
Yes.
And had a 1,000 kids and adopted 20 more.
Yes. That movie led to him leaving Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, man.
Because once again, you're spending months at a time on set with somebody else, and you just all day, every day, from sun up to sundown. And then it's like, yeah, I love my wife, but I've been seeing you for the last 6 months, all day, every day. You might be better.
Right.
And then she ended up leaving him anyway. So
ain't that crazy? And they got 1,000 kids together. I think they got Nick Cannon beat. Well, they adopted Nick Cannon's family.
Listen, you get you lose them how you get them.
Yeah, how about that? Real talk. So, man, I don't know if you saw Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's a play on that. For the people that don't know, it's these two guys that come together. They're undercover agents. They got to live in a house and pretend that they're a couple. Really pretend that they're married. They go through the whole fiasco. I don't want to get a storyline away, but they kind of start failing each other and things go left. Have you seen this yet?
I didn't even know it was on Netflix.
Yeah, my bad. It's on Peacock.
Oh man, we giving away free publicity again. It's on that streaming service, huh? My
bad, Jose. Don't kill me. But yes, check it out. It's out there. I love Childish Gambino. He's another one. Like you know, it's crazy, right? When hip hop first started, they looked at us as black and brown people just making words rhyme,
right,
over other people's beats. But the talent that we have, don't judge a book by its cover, man. You know, because these guys are amazing, man. Here, this guy, man, he was a rapper, comedian, actor, and now he's writing scripts. How real is that? How dope is that?
It's really dope if you know where he came from.
No, tell me, where he come from?
No, I'm talking about, you don't. So I don't know. Like, I've seen him for a minute. Like, I don't know if you saw the comedy he used to do when he first came out. He kind of, how can I say it without offending anybody? You ever, what was that show my kids used to watch? You ever see like Ned's Declassified? Well, so he kind of gave off Oreo creamish type comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to use the Kadri Ishmael one because I won't go as far as to say it was cooning, but he kind of gave off this energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was highly corny, but he gave off this energy of this safe Negro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the safe Negro, and to see the progression from him doing that to being so socially aware of the black struggle and where he took his hip hop.
Yes.
Where he took his art, like it's night and day. Because even back then, like I would watch him and let my kids watch him and be like, "Yo, he kind of corny, but you got to do what you got to do to make your money."
Mm-hmm.
But for some people like it's all an act to get where you need to go. And when you get where you need to be, now you can express yourself properly because, like Mos Def, you have your own money to do what you want to do. So you can cancel me all you want. I still have enough wealth to do what I want to do. And I couldn't care less what you have to say or how you feel about it because I control and he controls his own media. You know what I'm saying? He controls all that he does. He can pick the scripts that he wants. He can pick the time that he wants to do it. And it's all on him because he took whatever he started with and built himself up globally to get the way he wanted to be. So sometimes you can't judge a book by its cover, especially where they start from, because sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But me, structural integrity, even with this YouTube thing, as bad as I want to blow up, as bad as I want to go viral all the time and make all this money and do all these things, I'm not going to sell my soul for it. I'm not going to go outside of who I am as a person just to get people to like me and make me famous, so to speak. Yo, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. Kick rocks and flip flops with no socks.
Facts. Man, speaking of which, man, it take me back to what Jose said, man. I threw that clip out there not too long ago. And he never lied, bro. Wait until you you reach a certain plateau. Then everybody gonna be like, oh, you watch Rogue Pod? Yo, that's the show, man. You know what I mean?
They'll never say that.
Hey, I'm first to say it. Well, the second, Jose said it first, man.
When did I ask you to smile and dance, bro? Now, see, it's a totally different thing to ask someone to smile and be jovial, to give off a positive, happy energy. That's one thing. I've never asked you to dance, B. I asked you to just sit there and be yourself, but not be so negative all the time. That's the only thing I asked you to do. Be yourself, but try to brighten it up. So let's not pretend like I tried to make you something that you're not. Like, yo, what was that song? I'm Not Your Puppet. I never pulled those strings or tried to marionette you. Don't do that. So we're not going to do. We're not going to lie on here. See what I'm saying? Now we starting to get these false narratives out here. And you know my biggest haters are gonna try to exploit that. My biggest haters gonna try to exploit that.
Shout out to B, man. Oh my goodness. Yo.
I never tell anybody. Mr. Show by itself. I never tell anybody to shut your job, yo. This is why me and Brandon don't get along, because he put out false narratives. You know what I'm saying? He fake news. Fake news.
Bridge, man. What's happening, my guy?
Fake news.
Yo, I don't know if you watch this too. It's somewhere. Google it. That's how we getting down.
What's somewhere? Google it.
Vince Staples' new show is on one of those platforms. I don't remember which one.
I know it is. It's on the one platform, but for some reason I refuse to watch it.
How about this, man? Because I feel like this particular platform, man, sometimes they go outside of the box with their content. And you know, I'm a hip hop enthusiast. I can't name one Vince Staples song. Now, I know he's been on many people. Offhand, he's been on something with Rick Ross, you know, but I don't know his music. But I kind of dug the show, man. His satire. It's something to watch, man.
You know why I did watch it?
Why?
Because I got him mixed up. Well, I didn't get him mixed up. I just put the two together. Have you yeah, Rodney, you continue to be a hater. I don't know why. It was a show, and I just thought it was just straight coonery. I'm sorry, buffoonery. What is that kid's name? Tyler, the Creator.
Tyler, the Creator.
He had a show. I don't know if you saw his show, but they would just go around. They would just go around. I only saw a part of it, but they just would go around just doing the dumbest stuff. And I'm just like, soul to soul.
Yeah.
So I guess when I saw Vince Staples, I kind of was like, is this like the same thing? Like, I can't do this.
Yeah, check it out, man. It gives you that Gambino with Childish Gambino vibe, you know. It's just him. He's from the West Coast, and he's going through life. People they know him, but they don't know him. And it's funny because some episodes, like his girlfriend that got into an argument with somebody at this amusement park, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a guy. She was like, I'm gonna get my boyfriend to get at you, you know. Like, who's your boyfriend? Like Vince Staples. So he was like, Vince Staples. And he looked at the other person, I don't know who that is. So throughout the show or the episodes, they do things like that. And he's a regular, he ain't on there, no thug, just a regular guy going through life. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's a good watch, man. So check it out. Any pun words, bro?
Rodney's a hater.
Oh, man. Shout out to Rodney, man.
He can only be who he is. And now I've truly come in 2024 to accept Rodney for who he is. Like, he's a hater. He can't help himself. He's a hater at work. He's a hater after work. He's a hater during the stream. He's a hater after stream.
Man,
my guy.
How about this, man? Shout out to LBHT, man. You know, when it comes to sports, man, I rely on y'all. You know, it's funny, low key. Like now, when I'm at work or whatever,
right?
After I listen to y'all stuff, I use little bits of what y'all say. Like, yeah, this happening, this guy. And they're like, oh, okay, Dre, okay, I see you. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going off what I heard y'all say. You know what I mean?
You got people on TV that do the same thing. It's some people, I'm not going to say, it's some people on some of these 4-letter networks, like certain verbiage that we use or certain phrases that we use, like after we do it, they'll start using it. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of think, I don't know if they was watching me, but I've never heard them say this before. So, you know, they out there watching. And then, you know, especially with a lot of these sports shows, they try to get these catchy catchphrases. You know what I'm saying? They try to find something slick or fresh to say, to use, whatever. So I think they're out there scouring the internet to find some stuff. So, you know, people, I know they're not looking at me, Rodney. They're looking at other people, like us as a collective. When I say us, collective, not me. Damn, this brother hating doing a monologue.
Oh, man.
But that's true. That's facts, Jose. That's facts. That's facts. We got YouTubers that steal our shit all the time. I ain't even gonna hold you.
How about that?
It's certain ones that be in the comment section while we be on. Yep. Oh, that's it. And we know that too. We know that you appreciate Dre, not me. You're a hater. It's what haters do. Haters gonna hate.
Man, oh man. Speaking of which, man, y'all love this content, man. Check this out. This is all I want y'all to do, man. Please, please, please subscribe to the show. So until next time, man, same bad channel, same bad time. We want to talk about, I'm excited about this, man, the Jizzle, man. I don't think nobody talks about the Jizzle. We'll see. We're going to talk about it. So we out, man.